Hello, I'm Dave Talbot, Managing Director and Head of Research here at Red Cloud Securities, and I'm joined today by Ultra Lithium CFO Kiki Smith. Thank you for joining me today, Kiki.
Thanks, David. Appreciate the invite.
Well, first of all, congratulations on signing a definitive agreement with Zangge Mining Investment, which we will see Zenga buy 65% of your Laguna Verde lithium project in Argentina.
Thank you very much, David. We're very excited to have this partnership.
Now, Zenga, and I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, is not a small nor inexperienced company. The parent has a market cap of about $8 billion. It's China's largest potash producer. It already produces lithium, and it's a global leader in direct lithium extraction. So this is a big stamp of approval for you. Now, how did Ultra first get involved with Zenga?
So our CEO, Weiguo Lang, he has many contacts in the industry in China. And he, through one of his contacts, who is a broker analyst there that he's known for many years, was introduced to Zangge. And Zangge has been producing through their salar in Gombe, China. And in their discussions, it was determined that our salar, Laguna Verde, had much better results, ppm, magnesium, lithium ratio, etc., than the currently producing salar. And so we felt that it was a very, very good fit. Introduction was made, and a few months later, we have an agreement.
Mm-hmm. Now, in terms of Zangge work commitments, what deliverables are expected? Are you looking for an initial resource or economic studies?
So we're looking for an initial resource. So we do plan to spend an initial $5 million to continue to do drilling and develop up the resource, determine if it's an economic resource. That's our first milestone. Once that's concluded, Zangge will be contributing another $15 million to take us to completion of feasibility and feasibility reports.
Excellent, excellent. Now, could you perhaps provide some color on terms of the deal? This is a $40 million worth of work commitments here, a $50 million deal all in. So, if I was to wave my arms and say this is a $100 million project in Canadian dollar terms, is there a timeline for the work commitments for Zangge to reach full 65% ownership? And I guess what's milestones would trigger those stage payments?
So the agreement is based on milestones rather than calendar dates. The first $5 million payment to Ultra, and then the additional $5 million first work commitment. We do expect to receive that within the next 100 working days. As soon as possible within that time period. The only delay might be Chinese regulatory approval, getting overseas direct investment permit, etc. So most likely those funds will arrive before that 100-day rough timeline. And exploration work has already commenced. We're already drilling, moving towards our second hole, and we'll be continuing to drill throughout this period, and Zangge will continue financing that. Once the drilling program is completed, which we anticipate it will be later this year, then there will be a key milestone decision point at that point. Hopefully it will have excellent results. First indications are that it will be a successful project, and we'll be moving to the feasibility stage after that. So we're looking feasibility stage in 2023.
Excellent. Now, have the two of you discussed development and operational plans? Is the intent to develop this Laguna Verde brine as a DLE deposit, or are you looking at potential conventional mining? Brine mining?
We'll definitely be doing DLE. The Zangge already has commercial experience with a DLE system, which is what they have been using in Gombe, China. So they've been producing 10,000 tons of lithium carbonate in the last 3 years per year. So they already have experience doing that. And they expect that our project will be even more efficient than that because our preliminary results show an even higher ppm, etc. So it will be daily.
Yeah, and the goal is to get the project into production as soon as possible. So what are the next steps, and is Ultra Lithium going to remain the operator?
So Ultra will definitely remain the operator through the whole of the resource and exploration stage, and we will begin working together with a project plan immediately, and the transition will occur towards Zangge taking over when we approach closer to the production stage. They have the expertise, of course, in developing the production facility and processing plant.
Right. Does Zenga have other ownership or interests in Argentina? Is this their first foray into that country?
This is the first foray into Argentina.
Okay. Now, the structure of both this deal and the previous sale of 60% of your hard rock assets in Canada to Yahua International were really both for majority asset ownership. Is this a measure of technical and financial de-risking on the part of your company, or is it to control dilution, or is it a matter of preference really by your strategic partners to gain a majority interest in the projects?
Well, definitely there's 3 strong reasons why we prefer to do it as a partnership. It definitely helps to de-risk the project and control dilution on our end. It also allows us to bring in specific partners for each individual project. And so we feel that we gain a lot of value by being able to do that on a project by project basis. And the contributions that our partners are making are significant enough that we feel that we're gaining a lot of value by giving them control of the project for the capital that they're investing.
Excellent. Okay. And could you maybe perhaps elaborate a little bit on your hard rock projects in Ontario, Canada? Is your goal here to create a spodumene concentrate for sale, or do you ultimately look towards down the road creating a lithium carbonate or lithium hydroxide?
So Yahua is a lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide producer. So their intent is to build a production facility and processing plant and to supply lithium carbonate and lithium hydroxide for the North American market and European market. That's the intent.
Okay. And now for a second here, I want to discuss Industry Canada. Industry Canada oversees transactions by Canadian companies, especially when investments are made at the project level for Canadian assets. Now, has the agency provided guidelines for you to follow, in particular to your Ontario assets? Are you continuing dialogue with them, and what regulatory challenges do you expect?
So the general guideline from Industry Canada is when a foreign investor acquires control of a Canadian business, they need to simply file a notice with Industry Canada. So Yahua has done that, and Industry Canada has the option to look at the project a little more closely and do a review of the project, which they will be doing with our Ontario properties. We've had many conversations already with the ISED Industry Canada team here in Canada, and our CEO has met with Canadian consular officials and the Yahua leadership team in China. And they've been very forthcoming and transparent in their approach to reviewing projects, what they're looking for, what the criteria are in their decision-making process. They're definitely looking for companies that want to work in partnership with Canada to develop Canada's critical minerals infrastructure and our production capacity. And that's definitely the intent with Yahua. And we feel that Industry Canada will want to work with us going forward and make this into a successful project.
Yeah. Now, while Industry Canada would likely be more involved with the Ontario assets, do you expect much oversight regarding the Argentinian deal?
We do expect that Industry Canada will want to review that deal as well. There has been a lot of attention brought to the critical minerals field in the last few years. And so there's also a lot of eyes on Industry Canada and they will want to do due diligence and make sure that they've adequately reviewed projects that are happening now. So we do anticipate that they will want to review our project as well in Argentina.
Right. And I think one of the considerations is where will the lithium end up, right? Zangge is really a producer. So would they be expecting 100% of the offtakes from the lithium brine production, or is there opportunity to sell offtakes perhaps to Western OEMs or battery makers out there?
Absolutely, there will be an opportunity to sell to Western OEMs. And both Yahoo and Zangge are looking to expand their North American, South American market. And so they're not looking to pull everything back for use in China.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Great. So now that you've set up your ownership structure for both your Ontario hard rock and your Argentina lithium brine assets, and worked hard to pad your balance sheet here, what next? What are your next near-term catalysts?
So we're vetting some lithium projects in Canada. Our intent is to acquire some more exploration projects, bring them along. Ultra's expertise is really in exploration and project generation. We intend to continue to do that. And so we're looking forward to some of the projects that we have in our pipeline to bring them along. And we also intend to continue to sort of develop our Canadian investment base as well.
Okay, something to look forward to. So, yeah, just a couple other corporate questions here. Right now, key shareholders own about 2/3 of Ultra Lithium. Is there any desire to broaden your shareholder base here? Has this been a limitation to liquidity for the company?
It has been a limitation to liquidity. We are continuously looking to bring on more Canadian investors, broaden our North American investor base. We have closed 2 flow-through financings, one in December 2021, and just recently last week we did another $1 million in flow-through, and we do intend to do some more flow-through and continue to support our Canadian exploration and also to build our Canadian investor base.
Okay, hopefully we can help you do that. So you don't just have lithium assets either, you also have gold exploration assets in Argentina. Are there any plans to focus on just lithium and perhaps divest those gold projects, maybe spin them out to shareholders or into a new company?
So those, the gold projects that we currently have will definitely be put into a separate subsidiary. And we will be looking for a partner to work on those. It may be in a JV partnership scenario, or it may also be a spin out. And that decision will be made a little bit down the road as to what exactly we'll do with those.
Perfect. Okay. Well, why don't we leave it there? So I guess thank you very much, Kiki, for being with us today. And we look forward to seeing you push forward with exploration in Canada and towards production in Argentina.
Thank you very much, David. We're looking forward to what the next year will be.